all you got to do. Come on up. All right. All right. I'm going to leave Fuzzy
Get
alone.
on up.
Like, all right. Who was next up here? Like, yay. He made it up. Welcome up, Fuzzy.
Let's go.
Step one, you made it on stage. Right, baby, baby steps. We'll get you to talking, but you made it on stage. Congratulations! All right, all right. Who's next? I haven't been paying attention to the hands. Who's next? I think it was Fuel. I think.
Yeah, I think Fuel was gonna say something. Yep.
Hey, yes, thank you. I didn't want to interrupt. Hello, welcome, Fuzzy, from me as well. Yeah, I just wanted to say about what confidence is, and this is something that I gathered from talking to a few artists, and it's all he's here as well. A guy that really inspired me. It's Babylon 6. So I'm actually gonna use his story because it's a story that I've been sharing with everyone ever since about confidence. When Babylon was put on a stage, on a Twitter stage, with a lot of prominent people in the space, in the NFT space, and on Twitter in general. And then he got the chance to talk about his project, which at the time was still very early start, right? So nothing was really defined. His vision was still to be determined. And then he had a choice to make at that point. Will I tell them that, like, oh, I'm not sure what my project is about, la la la, still figuring out? Or am I really gonna put myself in the position where I really wanna be? I know that this project is gonna be a success, and this is how I'm gonna portray it. And he went for the second option, which obviously turned out to be really great. So I think from what I was able to learn so far and talking to artists, it's about confidence is about acting from a position of where you want to be. You have trust in what you do, you envision your future the way you want it to be, and then you start to act like this, and then things will start to happen. This would be my view on it, but please feel free to challenge it and share your opinions on this if you've ever had experiences like this.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Grandma.
Hey, love the word grandma. So understand, I'm actually a grandma. Okay. Confidence for me is to love yourself. It's kind of like, and you have to love what you do, and you have to be comfortable in your own skin on whatever choices you make. I'm happy every morning. I love me, you know, and I am a big introvert. I only talk on space. Outside of space, extremely quiet, just observing the world, and I've been that way for over 60 years. But I do love myself. I love the world. I just, I don't know. I feel exuberated, you know, with joy and peace when I love me first. And it makes it so much easier for my self esteem. You know, we all have little nicks and twicks and things that we feel like we don't like about ourselves. But grandma loves everything about herself from the top of her head to the bottom of her feet because I work hard, I love hard, and I make sure I'm okay first. Because in order to have that confidence, you have to love self. I'll close it with that. I'm an old lady, y'all, so forgive me. I may be, I may, I may be a little out of touch with some young people, but believe me, I have a whole fan of college students and some more stuff that I keep my hand on daily that keeps me up to date and full of energy. But yes, please enjoy your life, yourself, and all of that. Because guess what, people? Nobody, even though if they tell you they care for yourself. Please.
Amen.
Love it. Love it. Love yourself. Hey, for everyone who showed up on time, you all just got some Freedom Coin. You all just got Freedom Coin. And then everyone else in the room, I just put another reaction roll. You're all going to get Freedom Coin too. Just go react to the roll, every single person. Now, we'll do some giveaways where some people get a little bit more, but you're all winners. I love what the Raptor Rooster said. So someone said in the Discord, they said, congrats, win me. And Raptor Rooster said, you're here. That means you're a winner. Coins don't change the success you will feel by simply investing in yourself. Love it. I love that. So I was like, okay, you know what? Everybody's going to get some. So let's go. This is a confident space. Let's go. You're all winners. You're all winners. All right. Who's next? Who's next? Sit me down.
Yep, my bad. Sorry, dishing out breakfast. So, just the one other thing that I wanted to mention about confidence is that sometimes it's harder for people, and that's when you find great people like Steve or great people like Fuzzy and Isna, and that can believe in you until you can believe in yourself and give you that confidence to do what it is that you have trouble doing, so that it pushes you past whatever barriers or walls you think you have. You you have them, but you just need to get past them somehow, and letting your confidence be someone else's in you allows you to get past those things. So don't let things stop you. Just find somebody that can help you get through them.
Amen. Amen. I'm loving this energy this morning. God, you guys are all lifting me up.
Purpose of the space. That's awesome.
And I'm glad
So,
I teleported to this space.
absolutely. Absolutely. And our next space is going to be Friday. In that space, what we're going to, usually Friday spaces are a little bit bigger. That's okay. Size doesn't matter. But that's going to be about the power of manifestation. Can it work for you? Ooh, that's going to be a good one. Oh, I can't wait to talk about it. Oh, that is a good, that's one of my favorite things to talk about. So, all right. So basically, here's the technical definition of confidence, just food for thought. Everything every one of you said was good. When I see the technical definition, it says the feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something, firm trust. Like we had confidence in the staff. And two more. The state of feeling certain about the truth of something. The truth. I'm pointing out that word to truth for a reason. I'm about to come back to that. The truth of something. The third thing is a feeling of self assurance arising from one's expectations of one's own abilities or qualities. You know, here's here's my personal definition of confidence. It's like, for me, I believe in myself 1000% to the point where nothing will shake it. I don't care if the entire universe was against me. Like, if I believe in something, like nothing will shake that. And it's just so strong, it's so convicting. It's like that power. And where does that come from? That comes from the place of truth. That's why I love that word. So a lot of times when we're honest with ourselves, and this is just my opinion, you all have your own opinions that you can form from it, but when we're 100% honest with ourselves, like just really honest with ourselves, that really helps with our confidence level, because it allows us to like have that path to that self-belief. Because think about this. I'm going to tell you one area that I do struggle with confidence. I'm confident, I would say 99% of the areas, but one area that I struggle with, and I'll be honest with you about it and vulnerable with you, is the area of me actually singing. Not the music composition, but the actual singing. And that's because when I was growing up, my dad was very negative. He would tell me I sound like a girl, or I don't sound like I have enough soul, like, because he liked certain type of music, and it's like if you didn't sound like that typical, you know, black sound, then it didn't sound good to him. And so I didn't feel that support, and I always had his voice in my head. And what shifted was like the first time he heard one of my songs on the radio. It's called Real Time. And that's when he was like, "Oh yeah, that's my son." He wouldn't say it to me, he'll say it to other people. And but I still struggle with it to this day sometimes. Like, but then I tell myself, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's about who I'm connecting to. But I want to share with you all how I got started as a singer. Like, and it's a short story; it's not going to be long. Well, before I did that, I was, I started off as ghostwriting. So I started off as a songwriter first. But there's these things that you have, like radio quality songs, then you have demos, and then you have what's called work tapes. That's very famous in Nashville to call it work tapes. But work tapes are more of like you're putting down concepts. They're not really meant to be like for public release. Demos, even though people think a demo is like a work tape, demos are really supposed to be like the typical standard is like a higher quality. Like some demos can actually end up on the radio. And then the radio version is when you get all this extra other stuff done to it. And sometimes the demo is better than those other versions, like, but my very first album called Steve Ryan Presents was a work tape. It was not quality of being on the radio and all that. And I talk in the video about how I felt when I got my first 10,000 fans. Like that boosted my confidence so much. But the thing is, I had to get to a point before that I was so scared. I was like, oh, no one's going to accept me. You know, I don't even know if my singing is going to be fine. I had all these battles with myself. But then I got to a place where I said, you know what, F it. I don't care if it's one person who my music touches. I'm going to put this out. I'm not going to even get it produced. I'm just going to put it out there. And that's what I did. And that was the best decision I've ever made. The best decision, because people connected to that. The reason I'm sharing this with you is because I'm not up here talking from a, I never struggle kind of place. Like, even though, yes, I'm a very confident person. Any of you who know me, like off of Twitter spaces, you'll know that about me. But when it comes to the singing piece, there's always this, especially on camera. Now, if I'm in person with you, I can do it. Like Oz was in the audience. I don't know if he's here now. In the middle of the bar, we were in the bar celebrating first, and they were like, "Steve, go ahead and sing." And I started singing in the bar. You know what I mean? And it was cool. It was fun. I didn't think about anything. But when it comes to on camera, it's just, so I challenged myself. I said, during the month of August, I'm going to do more videos of me singing. I'm not going to be in my head about how I'm sounding. I critique myself too much when I see my recording. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to share that I too struggle with confidence in that particular area. So what am I doing? I'm setting myself up for a confidence challenge. So if you have something that you're struggling with, if you have something that, maybe that hesitation comes in for whatever reason, I challenge you to go on this confidence challenge with me in August. Let's let August be the month that we all will overcome anything that's holding us back. So if you're, I'm not good on videos. I don't want to make TikTok videos. Then I want you to make one every day in August. I don't care if it's just saying hello. If you're like, whatever it is for you, let's do a confidence challenge. Let's get it. All right. I'm gonna pause for a second. I see Isna's hands is up.
Steve, that was such a wonderful share. I love it when people share their vulnerabilities or what they've learned. I was curious to know about that effing moment where you said, I just, you know what, F it, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. That moment is the most amazing realization where you just don't care about what other people think. And there may be more to that. But I do want to add, speaking of confidence and speaking of the technical definitions that you gave, there's a lot that we acquire, our behaviors, when we're kids and when we're, what people said and how they made us feel. And what I really love about this space that you've built here and in your Discord is that none of that matters. Whatever it is that you guys are, working towards, talk about it, share it, be transparent, and that in it of itself is so motivating. you know it doesn't matter what's going on around us. There's going to be a lot, like especially in the crypto spaces, NFTs here and there. Every day things are so fast paced, it can drive a person nuts. But what I love the most,
Oh, that is awesome. Hey, I noticed this clip feature. I never noticed that. Is this new?
It's not new,
Yeah,
but you
it's
it. It's not super new. Like Farouk's had it for a while. I was just playing with it, Steve. You can record mid, like if you're gonna say, if you know you're gonna say something cool, you can record mid thing and post it right then. It's really cool, but only certain people have it.
Oh wow, I just noticed it. Like this whole time I never paid it attention. That's crazy because I was like, ooh, y'all know what it was because I repeated it. It was something she said. She was like, God, I'm gonna have to go back and listen. I'm gonna have to what'd you say earlier, isn't it, if you remember?
I said, come join this freedom group.
It was something else before then. You were like God, it was good. I should have wrote it down. It was like somebody here remember it. Somebody got it. I know it's been so much stuff. All right, we'll keep it going. We'll try to remember it later. I gotta mark this time down. Too close like this one or whatever, and so the power starts to become out of your hands for your path. And I didn't want that. I witnessed that over and over. I'm saying with some people who actually recorded with some big people, and it's like, and their stuff is not out even to this day. It's like, and and the biggest thing is one of my friends, like I've been trying to get in touch with him. I don't even know if he's like alive because I know he was very suicidal because his dream was music. And it's like he got this advance from a label, and then he recorded, and then these people got on it. I forget who I was. I forget who I was on it. That was like 6, 7, 8 years ago. But and he was so excited about it, and then they wouldn't release it. And he ran out of the money, and he just got very, very, very suicidal. And I've been trying to be in touch with him, and he just, I don't even know if he's alive. So his socials aren't active. It hasn't been for at least 2 or 3 years. And it's just, and I know, like, I've known somebody who's committed suicide before, so I know those signs. And it's like, I hope that he's still alive. I just hope that he just cut everybody off for now and he resurfaces, because it's killing people's dreams. And that's why I know I'm all over the place, away from what I was originally going to say. That's why these spaces are so powerful. And this is why I choose to do rooms like this instead of just come share your project and pin up what you're doing. I want to do rooms that help people grow, self growth, because I don't want to see people to go down that path. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I don't know. It's just, wow. Okay, I'm.
Nah, man, I get it. I've seen it. I've seen you host like meditation, like, sessions and this and that. And I was like, that's different because all I see, I follow many accounts now on my other account as well. And I see so many different spaces, but I don't see anyone diversifying their space like yours. And nah, man, you're truly for freedom in the mind and in this world. And I admire you for that, man. You're doing the things that I want to do at a very higher scale, and I just bring peace to people wherever I can around me. But you're doing it on a big scale on a social media platform. You're making time to speak to people directly, because on a recording, again, it's different. Like, you can listen to as much motivational shit as you want, but when you hear someone say it directly to you in present time, it hits different. So for you to put out that time and all that, it's, nah, man, you're doing the work different, and you should give yourself credit. And nah, like, everyone notices it.
Oh, thank you. And I'll say one more thing too. This is what I was originally going to say before I got off track. Um, it's so much you can do with your music. Like, you have beats. If one of the things that I do, I have, and you can do this too. I have a publishing company on BMI and ASCAP. You heard of BMI and ASCAP, right? You know what those are? With BMI and ASCAP, you can only be a songwriter officially under one of them. I'm under BMI personally, but you can actually have a publishing company on both. because like if you work with another writer, and let's say you decide to go with ASCAP and me and you co-write a song, then I have to put my percentage under BMI and your percentage under ASCAP. But if we go under my publishing company, the ASCAP side of the publishing company would cover you and the BMI side of the publishing company would cover me. Does that make sense so far? I know that's a quick crash course, but
So there's like the two different options, but there's one that has the both.
well, no, you can only be a songwriter under one. You can't be a songwriter because it'll compete. You'll have two collecting societies trying to collect your royalties. So they have all these agreements between each other. You can only be an actual songwriter under one.
Okay, so
But
like if you go through one of those guys, you can't be with like Disco Kid or whatever, Distro Kid and all
oh no,
those
no, that's separate.
distributors.
Yeah, that's separate. See, this is stuff we can talk about in Mastermind, but that's totally
So
separate.
they don't interject the publisher and the distributors.
Yeah, that's separate. That's separate.
Okay.
These are collecting performance collecting societies that
They're like
collect.
your personal collection agency. If people owe you money, they go and get it for you.
Uh,
Not necessarily the platform to
kind of,
put your
sort
stuff
of. But
on.
if like you ever go in a restaurant and you hear music playing,
Right.
like those people are getting royalties. Do you ever wonder like how did they get it? How there's no way for you to know where your music is playing in every single place. What if it's playing in 1,000 places?
Right.
So what happens is these people have to get licenses, and and they also have other ways of tracking it down for people who don't get licensed, and put a one of those orders on. This is super big. It's really super big. And what it does is it will collect it for you. All right.
I've never heard of such. No, that's interesting new
you
stuff to
you
me.
you definitely need to write that down. BMI and
I
ASCAP.
did. No, I definitely did. The
Yeah.
first two times you said it, I was right to it.
So
Uh,
basically, I'll give you a little preview. So basically, what you need is you need to register your stuff under one or the other. Pick one. ASCAP is going to be $50. BMI is free. I personally I'm not trying to influence you. I've just noticed that the royalty rates seem to be a little bit higher on BMI. Some people may say opposite, but that's just what I've noticed. I don't know why that is, but that's just what I've noticed when I've had stuff come
can you
under both.
switch when you want to easily?
It's not easy to switch. You have to wait until your contract expires. Usually, it's 2 to 3 year terms.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, if I'm just starting out, I'm not making money. It's $50 a year for an
No.
ASCAP.
It's a one-time fee for ASCAP.
One time ASCAP.
Yeah,
Okay.
because ASCAP
Uh,
is ran by. It's almost similar to a DAO and NFTs, and BMI is a little bit more corporate. But
got it.
the reason why I did it originally for both is because I wanted to get into events for both. That's how I
Right.
met a lot of people that I know. Is through these events. Like, you have top, billboard chopping people who have these workshops, especially before COVID and things like that. And a lot of them was free for members, you know?
Members
And
of like
then
BMI and ASCAP.
yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
And
Okay.
and so you want to be a part of that. And then you also want to, once you start putting stuff out there, you want to sign up for Sound Exchange. Sound Exchange will collect things like if people play it in, if they play a sample of it on iTunes or whatever, it collects a lot of digital stuff that BMI and ASCAP. But I'm not going to go into it too deep because I don't want to hold up the space and change what we're doing. But it's so much you can do to be making money than just your song sitting there, even if you're not a singer. I make more off my non-singing stuff than I do my singing stuff. And that's because of all this stuff I'm talking about. Like I just went over with Beats and Mastermind about like, license placements. You know what I mean? How to get your stuff placed, because I've had stuff placed and still do, and things like that. So definitely come to the Mastermind. We can get more detailed there. Let's keep the space rocking and rolling with this confidence stuff. Hey, I can go down a rabbit hole. Y'all see that? Like this
Man,
is
that's
like
awesome.
that's
I
my
appreciate
jam.
it.
That's
Yeah,
like,
man. Everybody's
like
like he's going deep, but I'm here just going. I'm just listening. I'm in it.
like,
But
hey, this is just the server. You have no idea. Like, man, but real Beats, tell them before the masterminds, like your music journey, and after the masterminds, like what has been the difference for you in like now your goals and outlook from just your exposure?
No, I mean, I knew what I wanted to do, but I just didn't know how to, right? So like I knew about sync licensing and about royalties, but and I was set up for a couple things, but yeah, Steve helped me out with just the why and also like how to actually do it versus like I knew, kind of knew what I wanted or what I needed to do, but didn't know how. So Yeah, it just made it easier, and just it gave me a ton of ideas, and also kind of reassured the things that I wanted to do were correct. So
All right, all right. Dragon, I hope you remember what you was about to say. I'm so sorry.
Some guidance and all that. Yeah, that's what I need too. I have so much product and so much, like, in my opinion, talent for it and passion for it, but all I need is some guidance and management. And I'm definitely for it. I'll be in there.
Oh, I
All
just wanted
right.
to Meta, and anyone else who's listening, because I'm doing something similar in the respect that I'm going into film without an agent, without a manager. I've never been in the industry before, like in Hollywood, but I'm doing it anyway because look, we could have done this before NFTs, but Web3 and NFTs, especially when you look at Web3 as a whole, it is designed in its decentralized nature to be for the people, so that wealth and opportunity is more distributed. Now hopefully that stays that way as we go forward. I think it could, if we do this right, and we make our certain demands, especially when the masses start to come in. So but we're the ones who are controlling it, so you just got to stick around long enough and be around people like Steve who will help you, and then an opportunity will eventually present itself if you go and do that work. And there's no better place, I think, to be a musician or an artist or